quarter-finals for the 2023-24 Champions League season has been set, and it is as follows: Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, of course, Real Madrid versus Manchester City, Atletico versus Dortmund, and PSG versus Barcelona. And the point of today's video is to go through all four fixtures and give my favorites on who's going through. Let's get started. With my team, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Now, it's a little joke at the beginning of the video, but in all seriousness, it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually okay with this. Yes, I would have wanted Dortmund more, PSG more, Barca more, but it is what it is. We can't expect to be lucky. We have to take what we can and make do. And I actually feel good about this fixture. We have a history in this fixture of being terrible, being destroyed. You all saw at the beginning, but it's a different time. At the beginning of the season, when Harry Kane signed for Bayern Munich, I remember thinking to myself, and I also made a video on it, stating that this now makes them the second favorites for the Champions League behind Manchester City. Now, whilst Harry Kane has been absolutely terrific, he's been amazing, Bayern and Tuchel have not. Arsenal have been fantastic. They are first in the Premiership right now, whilst Bayern aren't even first of their league, 10 points behind Leverkusen. And in general, watching them with my own eyes, I've watched Bayern quite a bit because of Harry Kane. Defensively and in the midfield are huge weak points, whilst Arsenal defensively and midfield are pretty darn solid, particularly defensively. The attacks are probably give the edge to Bayern of having a better forward line, but as a whole, the way Tuchel sets up his team, I think Arteta and Arsenal have a great chance here. I really think we do. It's close, it's really close, but it's not what it was once before. I'm really intrigued to see how this tie plays out. It might play an advantage to Bayern having been home second, but I don't think it will be enough. My prediction for this game, and it is close, I just want to say I'm leaning closely to one side, and that side is Arsenal. Now, I want to reiterate once again, I'm not fully confident in that, but I am just about leaning on the fact they are in much better form. They played much better football this season, and I feel that this team is ready now to take that next step within Europe. They've done it in their league, proved once again that they can fight for the title, and I think it's time to prove that within Europe. Moving on to Real Madrid versus Manchester City, many believe to be the two favourites. Now, this is a big one, a big fixture. Man City will always be favourites for the trophy because, well, they are the holders. They have Haaland, they have De Bruyne, they have Pep, they have Rodri, they have an abundance of world-class talent in that squad, in that coaching staff. And yes, whilst they've taken a bit of a dip this season, they are still absolutely sublime and have plenty of time to dial it back to what they were last season. Madrid will also always be favourites for the trophy because it's Madrid. They just have this aura surrounding them around this competition. They have this belief, these players, that once they put on that shirt, they can fight for this title no matter what the situation. But let's go to my personal opinion on this fixture. I'm going for a City win. Yes, look, Real Madrid are better than they were last season, and City are arguably worse than what they were last season. But I still think there's a substantial gap between the two. Vinicius, Jude, and co are a fine team. They've played fine football, but I think Man City, when the time comes, 9th of April, they will once again show that gap between the two. I'm thinking a Man City win here. Now, it's not going to be crazy if Madrid do pull it off because, like I said, they have this aura, this belief around them surrounding this tournament, so it's there. The possibility is there, a good one. It's just that everything within me points towards City. A better coach, a better squad. I think they'll win this. Now, on to Atletico versus Dortmund. This one for me is actually the easiest one to decide. Now, Dortmund are a good team, they are, but that's as far as my praise goes. I've watched them quite a bit this season and not too impressed, to be completely honest. They're currently sitting at 5th in the Bundesliga and in general just don't really play that good football. Offensively and defensively, they look very frustrated on both ends many times this season. And Atletico, on the other hand, have pedigree in this competition. They haven't won it, I understand that, but they've made some deep runs. Simeone knows this competition. He knows how to win these ties. As an Arsenal fan, I would have been mortified if we drew Atletico. I'm glad we didn't. Atletico win. I feel very confident about that. Finally, PSG versus Barcelona. Now, this one is close. It is. I think both squads are somewhat similar strength. I'd give the edge to Barca. But PSG have that big red button, Mbappe, who is what many to believe, me included, to be the best player in the world. Now, I know there's some sort of friction going on right now since that he is leaving and Enrique has been benching him quite a bit to get ready for the future, which makes sense. But I think when the time comes in a quarterfinal tie, no time to mess up, Enrique will play Mbappe for the full 90 in both games, and that will be an issue for Barca. But I'm giving the edge to Barcelona. I think they'll come through. I think them being home second will play a factor. I think the squad as a whole defensively is far superior, and in the midfield as well, if they can get fit, far superior. The offensive end is where Mbappe kind of outweighs Barcelona on his own in general. But as a whole, fighting for Xavi in his last season, I expect Barca, who are much more together, much more ready and set. So it's close. They have that big red button, but I'm going for Barca. So by my predictions, we have Arsenal going through just about, once again, I want to reiterate, I just about choose Arsenal. We have City going through, we have Atletico going through cleanly, and we have Barca going through just about. Those are my predictions set. And we're going to end it there. Hope you enjoyed. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is Arsenal beating Bayern? Comment down below your thoughts. Like if you liked and subscribe for more. And as always, take care of yourselves.